Today, there is a new business currency. It cannot be purchased at any price. This commodity is trust. And while I speak of trust as a commodity, it cannot be bought or sold. It has to be earned. I hope you enjoy these stories that underscore the value of trust in successful business relationships.
Our relationship goes back many years. My kids have always been fans and an advocate of the Butler. So I know Lou first on a personal level, and then as I got more involved in the bank and became the regional president, I got engaged with the board and now have expanded my relationship with Lou.
The Butler is the first museum of American art in our country, and of course it's one of the great treasures in our country.
It is a jewel, and with PNC's goal to really support the arts through our philanthropic mission, it was a perfect fit.
A few weeks ago, a couple came from Michigan, and here they had this book called 1,000 Things to See Before You Die. And one of the things to see is a painting called Snap the Whip by Winslow Homer.
I think we've played a key role in just growing not only the financial strength of the Butler, but the awareness.
I've always wanted to see a Norman Rockwell painting in the Butler collection, except that I needed $1 million very, very quickly. Contacted Ted, and we got our $1 million overnight, thanks to the long-term friendship with the bank and the Butler.
I have a team that supports me and the relationship with Lou, and it really comes down to that trust relationship with everybody on the team, with his entire staff. And then as those relationships have built over the years, it just bonded into a great relationship.
The bulk of our investments are with PNC. And that, obviously we could move them anywhere we would like, but we would never think of it because of the incredible relationship that's formed over the years.
Lou has done a great job of raising money over the years for the Butler. And we're helping develop a long-term plan, called a legacy plan. And we've brought in some of our legacy experts to help Lou take it to the next level.
Very recently, a very famous American artist was passing through and said that this was the most beautiful space that she had ever seen. So we've done some nice things together over the years.
And we're just glad to be part of the success that Lou has enjoyed, and look to be part of the success as we grow in the future.
We started our relationship with the folks at Tomer Bank back in 2006.
As Jeff's role with Meander has grown, they had financial needs, and based on the relationship we had outside of the bank, he brought us in as the first step of the introduction. As it grew and the trust level built between us, they could see that we could handle some of the smaller stuff. Then when bigger opportunities came about, such as this one here, we had an opportunity to come in and help them with that as well.
Of course, we're standing in a $10 million project right now that Tomer Bank had financed for us, so the relationship has grown exponentially. It's been great. Customer service on both sides of both the lending and the deposit side has been fantastic.
Meander Hospitality has been in the hospitality business here in the Valley for over 30 years, actually close to 40 or 50 years.
Meander Hospitality's mission is to be a preeminent hospitality company in the area so that we can serve our guests and our team with the best service, the trust, and the integrity that we find so important in hospitality.
It starts with trust and integrity, and after meeting the family, the Kovas family, we recognized very quickly that their core values, the way they conduct business, is very similar to the way we conduct business. Very active in the community. When they say they're going to do something, they do it, but most importantly, and if you talk to, again, the family, to Celine or Dave, they talk about customer service being paramount in their business. So it's the same with us.
The hotel is really meant for the guest that stays between 5 and 30 days. It's truly a home away from home.
The level of service that they provide to us, for something as simple as adding a name to a signature card, within an hour or two, we have the signature card on our desk ready for us to execute. The level of service is second to none.
We're able to grow our business because of Talmer Bank, and we're going to hopefully continue to grow our business because of Talmer Bank. We have some irons in the fire right now, and I'm sure the folks from Talmer will be getting a phone call from me here in the next few weeks maybe to actually get something else going.
Investing right here in the community, investing in the Valley, business confidence in the Valley, putting a new facility here. It's going to be a fabulous new overnight stay for families, workers. We're excited about that.
With Talmer, it's how can we both win? We never have a situation where we feel like we are against them. We're always working cooperatively together, like a partnership, like a true relationship. And that's what we value most in Talmer Bank.
Well, John and I go back to about 2006.
I got into business in 08, 09 when obviously the economy, banks weren't lending money. Landscapers, construction, power sports, a lot of dealers were going out of business. I think it was 2010 I was looking to purchase the old Saturn facility. I was in 4,500 square feet. I'm looking to acquire 17,000 square feet, and I was so nervous. And the bank I was with really denied me. They said no. I was at a crossroads in my business, and I can honestly say, I was questioning what I was doing. I met Stan and Carrie, and we sat down and we talked, and they're like, yeah, we'll do this.
We started off what would be maybe considered a relatively small business line of credit that quickly expanded into a brand new location here in Niles, as well as a new location down in Medina, Ohio.
Talk about being able to sleep after some sleepless nights, and that was the beginning of the real relationship to me.
So as John grew and his revenues and needs grew along with that, Cortland was able to offer the various needs in terms of lines of credits, floor planning, commercial real estate financing.
Took on new brands. I would call Stan or Carrie and say, hey, I'm looking to do this. And I think Crazy came across a couple times.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
We want to make sure it's the entrepreneur, it's John, that is the success of his operation. We recognize that. We believe we play a role in that.
A true relationship is being comfortable enough to call and say, hey, here's what I'm looking at before you make that decision. Here's what's going on. What do you think? And we've had a lot of those conversations.
We've turned into a strong independent community bank, and I think John really likes that and respects the fact that we have local management and local decisions.
You look for advice, and if the bank can't give you good advice, who can?
He knows he can call me at 6:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock at night, which we've had those conversations, and that's where our responsiveness with our talent and the team approach that we use to commercial banking in our market.
And I think there's something to be said about, small or too big. These are the decision makers. And when you're talking directly to the decision makers, it makes a big difference. It sounds like a cliche, but the feel is still there with Cortland.
We started, I think, in about 2012 when a good friend of mine joined the team at Farmers.
So at one point he introduced me to Jim and to Valley Industrial Trucks.
We started doing a small amount of business with Farmers because of that relationship, really, and that's grown into much more today. I think today we do probably 90+% of our business locally here with Farmers.
It's a well-known company, it's a long-established company, it's a local company, and it's very similar to Farmers. So we feel that we're a small business like most of the companies that we try and serve. And so there was a great appeal to count Valley Industrial among our customer base. So we worked hard to convince Jim to bank with Farmers, and we're happy to say that he agreed, and we've had a good relationship since.
We had to educate the bank a little bit on how our business works and the rental business works and the forklift business. But today we do several $1 million a year in rental fleet purchases through the bank. It's a very simple process today. You pick up the phone call, send an invoice, and we put that on long-term notes, long-term schedules, and it's turned out to be a really simple process for us now.
We do try and listen. I mean, we try and come up with appropriate match of what a customer needs. So what he was looking for initially wasn't something that we were necessarily doing, but he talked us through how he envisioned this working. We evaluated that it would work for us, so we were able to listen to what his request was and try and craft something that was going to assist him in what he was looking to achieve.
Yeah, today I think it works very well. Like most companies, we always want to provide the best products and services that we can to our customers.
They are, I think, the market leader in our market for what they do. I believe, Jim, you were the Clark Distributor of the Year, which is a very prestigious designation and hard to come by.
We're real proud of that. This year also marks, as Tim said, our 60th anniversary. So those things don't happen unless you're partnering and with good local people.
It is a corporate citizen in the Valley just like we are. It employs people in the Valley just like we do, and we both contribute as best we can to the local economy. And if it's good for our area, then that's an added benefit. So we want our customers to be successful, and their success in turn, I know it sounds corny, but their success in turn means success to Farmers National Bank.
It's probably been about a year and a half, and Ron was considering an expansion of his business, and he knew somebody very well at our bank, which connected us. And we had just a fun time getting to know the Avalon, getting to know Ron, his family here, I think is what he calls it, because they're all so close. And we have fostered a relationship over time with that.
Our company's success has been entirely built upon having great relationships, not only with our customers, with our employees, but also especially with the banking that we do business with.
So we really had great dialogue with his whole team to find out how we could service their needs. And then we put a plan together. And it's a big business, so it's a lot of planning, a lot of coordinating.
They're local. They understand our business. When we need something, when we need to have a conversation with people, they're right there.
Recently, we've been really focused on our business banking. We have a new product set. We've invested in computers, systems, so we can provide better service for our customers. And when we get somebody like Ron to trust us and to bank with us, it's overwhelming that a business as big as the Avalon can bank at Home Savings and be satisfied.
It's hard to describe. I mean, when you walk around the Avalon Inn and Resort, virtually everything you see here is a result of that relationship.
As they expand, they're worried about their expansion and this great facility that they're building. They don't want to worry about their banking, so they have me to do that.
Virtually every room in a hotel is different. Wallpapers, the size of the rooms. We have a variety here that can please anybody.
At the bank, when we have out-of-town vendors in or people that are visiting the bank from out of town, we put them up at the Avalon, of course.
And we appreciate that.
They appreciate your efforts. It's a phenomenal facility.
When you put it all together, it's a very special facility. And with the next step that we're taking with phase 3, we're going to do a couple things there that are even beyond anything that you see here that's going to give us a national reputation. And then again, once again, is one of the very important reasons why relationships are so important, and especially the relationship that you have with, again, one of the best banks that exist anywhere in home savings.
I first learned of Jim actually through the media, or met him through the media. YBI has had tremendous coverage and they've done so many great things. When I first came to the Mahoning Valley region, one of my first goals was to meet Jim and introduce myself to him.
I think when Huntington came into the market with an acquisition, it wasn't a week or so later that we started to begin the relationship that we have today with Huntington.
If you look at statistics, 60% of new jobs come from small businesses, and greatness, no one has a lock on it. So the fact that we're able to do what we're doing through Jim's leadership in the Mahoning Valley is incredible.
Our mission statement is to accelerate the formation and growth of technology-based businesses in the Mahoning Valley. And it's a tough one because we certainly had no history of doing that before.
Jim has the ability to obviously attract these people in, and not only the fact of that, they're being successful. So again, going from 1 building to 5 buildings in a short period of time that he has is just incredible.
When we announced 10 years ago, 12 years ago, that we're going to launch world-class software companies into global markets from downtown Youngstown, there weren't too many people who thought we could do that.
We had the opportunity to get involved, and it's called the program's Huntington Bank entrepreneurial program for information technology.
We do see that as our growth engine. The majority of our companies are in information technology, digital, software, e-commerce. And through this very, very generous gift from the bank, that's going to allow us to substantially expand our service offering in that area.
Not very many people can say they're number one in the world, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so not many people can say that. So it's always nice to work with the winner, that's for sure.
When an organization with the respect that Huntington commands, not only in this market, but throughout their entire footprint, steps in and makes a gift of this magnitude, I think it's Huntington validating us into the entire community, not just the business community, but the community at large.
What they're doing right now has just been incredible. So we wanted to get involved with that and make sure the sustainability, and not only the sustainability, but they've had tremendous growth. I think with our assistance, they're going to be able to continue to grow and do a lot of great things.